Hey, Todd Barton here from the Barton Real Estate Group.
And Luisa Avelino.
Are you with the Barton Real Estate Group?
Absolutely.
Good. So, hey, I want to talk today a little bit about the stress that's created within a family, or even anybody who's looking to buy or sell a house. I want to talk about how buying or selling a house creates that stress. And you kind of have an experience with that recently. That's why I wanted to have you sit in. Was you have a client that
Right.
actually sold their home, and when they sold it, it was very stressful because they weren't sure if it was time to sell. Should they wait? Should they sell then?
Right. They didn't know if they were going to stay in the state in Nevada or they were going to move to a different state. They just wanted to take advantage of the market at the moment.
Yeah, so I think if I remember right, and I had some conversations with these clients with you, I believe that they had made some money on their home.
Oh, yeah,
like
absolutely.
where they bought it and where they could sell
Right.
it. They had made some money and they were trying to take advantage of that.
Right.
And they still weren't sure if it was time to sell.
Right. Yeah.
And so what did that look like for them? Was that like a pretty easy decision, or how did they deal with that?
It was like 50-50. The husband was more into selling, the wife was more into keep it. So they didn't know, but they ended up selling it. They made some money off it.
Well,
and they didn't move out of the state.
Wait, that's really weird. The husband wanted to sell,
Right.
and the wife did not,
Right.
and the husband won. That's not normal. Usually the wife wins every time. Not this time, though. So the good news is they sold their house. I believe it sold fairly quick.
Right.
And they made a bunch of money.
Right.
Which, by the way, when you own real estate, that's why you own it. That's one of the reasons you own it, is because it creates wealth,
Right.
creates money, and you can take advantage at times of the market and sell your home and make the money off of that. I've done it a few times in my life, and it's a way to make money. But now this same client are back in the market because they
Right.
didn't move out.
No, they didn't. So plans changed and they stay in here, but
So they stayed in Nevada.
right.
They weren't moving away to some other
Right.
snow-filled state, if I remember right.
Right. So they just
No?
I don't even know where they wanted to move, but yeah, they stay here. They look in. The wife is very, very into it, looking for houses and looking for something that she wanted, like a little bigger. But the husband doesn't want to.
Okay, so now she wants to actually go and purchase, and the husband's kind of slowing it down.
Right.
And so does that cause any stress? I mean, have you noticed stress
Yeah,
for
because
them?
she's sending me text message, calling me, and then when we go see it, the husband gets very, excited about it because they're good houses. But at the end of the day, then he's like, let's just wait. They're timing the...
Yeah, I think that's the point.
Yeah.
They're trying to time the market.
Right.
They're trying to time whether they should, even when they were selling, they were trying to time the market. Like, is the market at the top? Are we going to make
Right.
the most money possible? And then now they're wanting to buy. And by the way, I believe that was their plan, right? Sell it, make as much money as we possibly can, and then we'll kind of see if we can buy in a little bit cheaper market and see if we can
Right.
repeat that cycle, right? So, by the way, I don't think it worked out. I think when they sold, had they waited a bit longer, they could have sold for more. No? They did good?
They could have sold for more. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Because they sold it when we were right here. It went all the way up, and now it's all the way.
now it's coming back down. So they could have made a little more money when they sold.
Right.
If they had waited, how long? A couple months? 3 months? 4 months?
3.
Yeah. And now they're trying to buy they're trying to time the market at the bottom. And there was a specific home I know that the wife was very interested in.
Right.
And what happened?
Um,
The seller kept lowering the price.
Oh, yeah. So she was like, oh, my God, look at this house. And then we went to see it, and it was just a couple of repairs. It was 2015 house, and
Pretty
it just
new.
need cosmetic repairs, painting here and there. It wasn't, it was just like the perfect house how she wanted. And the husband even went to see it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I can do this, I can do that, whatever." And they got tired. I was like, "Okay, so this one it is." And they say, "Well, let's wait a little bit," and they keep it lowering the prices.
So
and
what what price did it start at?
703. So and then 680, 650, 640. I was like, "Okay, now this time let's do submit the offer." And the husband, no, let's just wait. It's not the time.
He's timing the market, right? Trying to get it as cheap as he can get it.
Right.
What
and
happened?
then it went even lower. It went 603.
603.
100,000 lower.
$100,000
And I was like, okay, I
cheaper.
think you can submit an offer lower than that, and you will get it because it's been in the market for 120 days. And she was like, yes, let's do it. And yeah, no, they didn't do it.
And then what happened?
And then it went down to 580.
Yeah.
And they accepted an offer.
And it's sold.
And it's
Right.
It's under contract.
It's under contract. Hasn't closed yet, but it's
It
under
hasn't
contract.
closed, yeah.
So I think what we should learn from this is that you can try to time the market and you can get close, but getting it at the peak and getting it at the bottom, I mean, it's super difficult. Even as real estate agents, I've been doing this for a few years now, right? I mean, this is not my first rodeo, and it's very difficult to time the market because we just don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
So many people will say in today's market that it's going to even go lower. And numbers came out. Looks like it might be pretty flat. I don't know that it's going to go a lot lower. But so anyway, if you get stressed out during a real estate transaction, lean on your realtor. They're able to kind of been through that situation before. That's what causes a lot of the stress is people just don't know what to expect. Right. And we can help kind of get involved and help kind of alleviate some of that stress and help you make real good business decisions.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.